He has to have agreement with the Taliban to do this, and they've made it clear, if you stay longer than August, 700 COVID cases thought to be linked to this Boardmasters Festival, which a whole load of young people went to, didn't they, to celebrate exam results and everything else. I've got a friend whose daughter came back and tested positive after that. She then did as well. So, you know, the worry is it's spread around the country. How would this have happened? Proof of a negative test,
That's right.
you know, to the fact that actually, although these restrictions and measures are in place, events like this are such an easy place for transmission to happen ahead for that age group by the time schools go back. They've kind of missed the boat on that one haven't they? You think that they'll just see how the figures go and then assess on the basis of that?
You're right.
You've got that many people. Yeah, and you're going down small...
Particular about the Boardmasters Music Festival, the fact that they had the measures in place, you know, you're supposed to have proof of negative test or be double jabbed, and yet the number of people...
A very good morning to you. It's just gone 6:30. Welcome to the programme. Charlotte and I, we're never normally in the same place, are we?
We're not.
At the same time.
This is a rare treat. It's kind of presenter bingo at the moment, though, isn't it? And you never quite know who's going to turn up, but we've got a few days.
Talking of turning up, there's one person who hasn't turned up this morning.
Uh-oh.
And that is Andrew, now at home. We think we've got him somewhere. The situation in Afghanistan, of course, is still absolutely the headlines around the world and not just in this country, but specifically here because there's a G7 virtual meeting being held today with what appears now to be the faint hope that the August the 31st deadline that was set by the Americans in conjunction with the Taliban could be moved. That it seems unlikely that it will be moved.
Because and we are counting down now, and there are so many people still to get out. The Defence Secretary here, we'll be speaking to later, Ben Wallace, has said we have hours, not weeks, to get people out. And there's such a fear. I mean, we're looking at one of the papers today, the front of the Daily Mail, where you see the twin girls who made it to Britain, these two 5-year-olds, but there's a brother and sister left behind just in tears. And I think it's pictures like that, isn't it? It's to be got out.
Yeah, and those who have managed to flee then are left with enormous guilt about those they were not able to take with them. And I think one of them we can speak to now is a very, very famous pop star in Afghanistan. She's Afghanistan's The Voice judge. Is down the line with us this morning. It's absolutely...
President Biden to extend this, but actually,
of course, we've got Dr. Hillary here. We'll be talking some COVID issues too.
Lisa Nandy, we'll be speaking to Penn Farthing shortly. He's in Afghanistan. He runs the animal sanctuary. He's been talking to us regularly on this programme about his struggles to get his staff out of there. So we'll speak to him about the latest on that. And also we'll have a catch up with Dr. Hillary about the latest, the consequences of a music festival in Cornwall and what that meant for cases. But that's coming up. Thank you to Andrew and thank you to Nadine. Still to come this morning, the Summer of Sport continues with the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. We'll be looking ahead to all the action with Alex Brooker and champion swimmer Alice Ty after 8 o'clock. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
Dr. Hillary's here. We're going to be talking about COVID in a moment. Competition time now, though. You're a brand new car, £8,000 in cash. Here's Andy with the details. All right, Dr. Hillary, so...
Let's find out what's happening with the weather now. Laura is at Painshill Park this morning. Morning, Laura. Good morning, Britain. It has just gone 7 o'clock.
The race to evacuate people from Afghanistan is intensifying after the Taliban said it would not tolerate Western forces staying beyond next Tuesday's deadline.
Well, a final decision on the withdrawal of US and UK troops is expected after today's emergency meeting of the G7, where Boris Johnson will urge President Biden to give people more time to escape. Our chief correspondent, Richard...
Yeah, it's interesting that, isn't it? Because you were just saying about your friend's daughter went to Cornwall. We're going to Cornwall next week. And because you're outdoors, because if the weather's nice, you do feel... Actually, you know, the whole way along, we've said if you're on the beach, if you're outside,